Welcome to our deep dive into hedge fund regulation. Hedge funds are unique investment vehicles that attract both institutional and individual investors seeking higher returns. However, their complex strategies and global reach make them subject to a variety of regulatory frameworks. In this video, we'll explore how hedge funds operate, why regulation is necessary, and what compliance challenges they face. Understanding the regulatory environment is crucial for anyone involved in the hedge fund industry, whether you're an investor, manager, or regulator. Let's begin by looking at what makes hedge funds distinct and why they require special oversight. Regulation plays a vital role in the hedge fund industry. Without proper oversight, hedge funds could pose risks to financial stability, investor protection, and market integrity. Regulatory bodies aim to ensure transparency, prevent fraud, and maintain fair practices. The global nature of hedge funds means that regulations often span multiple jurisdictions, making compliance a complex task. As we move forward, we'll see how these regulations are designed to balance innovation and risk management, ensuring that hedge funds contribute positively to the financial ecosystem. Several regulatory bodies oversee hedge funds, each with its own mandate and jurisdiction. In the United States, the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) is the primary regulator, while the Commodity Futures Trading Commission (CFTC) also plays a role. Internationally, organizations like the Financial Conduct Authority (FCA) in the UK and the European Securities and Markets Authority (ESMA) in Europe set standards and enforce rules. These agencies work together to monitor hedge fund activities, enforce compliance, and protect investors. Understanding their roles is essential for navigating the regulatory landscape. Hedge funds must comply with registration requirements set by regulatory bodies. In the U.S., managers often register with the SEC as investment advisors, providing detailed information about their operations, strategies, and assets under management. Registration helps regulators monitor hedge fund activities and ensures transparency for investors. However, some exemptions exist for smaller funds or those serving only qualified investors. These requirements are designed to strike a balance between oversight and flexibility, allowing hedge funds to innovate while maintaining accountability. Transparency is a cornerstone of hedge fund regulation. Funds are required to disclose key information to regulators and investors, including investment strategies, risks, fees, and performance data. Regular reporting ensures that regulators can detect potential issues early and take action if necessary. These disclosures help investors make informed decisions and foster trust in the industry. The frequency and depth of reporting may vary depending on the jurisdiction and the size of the fund, but the goal is always to promote openness and accountability. Hedge funds must adhere to strict anti-money laundering (AML) regulations. These rules are designed to prevent illicit activities such as money laundering and terrorist financing. Funds are required to implement robust AML policies, conduct thorough due diligence on clients, and report suspicious transactions to authorities. Compliance with AML regulations not only protects the fund, but also contributes to the integrity of the financial system. Failure to comply can result in severe penalties and reputational damage. Protecting investors is a primary goal of hedge fund regulation. Rules are in place to ensure that only qualified or accredited investors can participate, reducing the risk of unsuitable investments. Regulators also require funds to provide clear disclosures about risks and fees, helping investors understand what they're getting into. These measures are designed to prevent fraud, misrepresentation, and conflicts of interest, fostering a safer investment environment for all participants. Effective risk management is essential for hedge funds. Regulators require funds to establish comprehensive risk management frameworks, including policies for market, credit, and operational risks. These standards help funds identify, assess, and mitigate potential threats to their portfolios. By enforcing risk management practices, regulators aim to prevent excessive risk-taking and ensure the stability of the financial system. Hedge funds must regularly review and update their risk management strategies to stay compliant and competitive. Hedge funds often use leverage to amplify returns, but this can also increase risks. Regulators impose limits on leverage and require funds to maintain adequate liquidity to meet investor redemptions and market obligations. These controls are designed to prevent systemic risks and ensure that funds can withstand market shocks. Compliance with leverage and liquidity rules is closely monitored, and violations can result in penalties or restrictions on fund operation. Managing conflicts of interest is a critical compliance issue for hedge funds. Regulators require funds to identify, disclose, and manage any potential conflicts between managers, investors, and other stakeholders. Policies must be in place to ensure fair treatment and prevent self-dealing or favoritism. Transparent conflict management builds trust and protects the interests of all parties involved. Failure to address conflicts can lead to regulatory action and loss of investor confidence. Hedge funds must establish robust compliance programs to meet regulatory requirements. These programs include policies, procedures, and training designed to ensure adherence to laws and regulations. Compliance officers play a key role in monitoring activities, conducting audits, and addressing potential issues. A strong compliance culture helps prevent violations, reduces risk, and demonstrates commitment to ethical standards. Regular reviews and updates are necessary to keep pace with evolving regulations. Hedge fund regulation varies significantly across countries. While some jurisdictions have strict rules and oversight, others offer more flexibility and fewer requirements. This creates challenges for funds operating internationally, as they must navigate multiple regulatory environments and ensure compliance with local laws. Understanding these differences is essential for global hedge fund managers who must adapt their strategies and operations to meet diverse regulatory expectations. Reporting requirements can be complex and burdensome for hedge funds, especially those operating in multiple jurisdictions. Funds must collect, analyze, and submit detailed data to regulators, often under tight deadlines. Technology solutions can help streamline reporting, but compliance teams must stay vigilant to avoid errors or omissions. Accurate and timely reporting is essential for maintaining regulatory relationships and avoiding penalties. Regulators have the authority to take enforcement actions against hedge funds that violate rules. These actions can include fines, sanctions, or even suspension of operations. Enforcement serves as a deterrent and reinforces the importance of compliance. Funds must respond promptly to regulatory inquiries and cooperate fully during investigations. Maintaining a proactive approach to compliance can help avoid enforcement actions and protect the fund's reputation. Regulatory environment for hedge funds is constantly evolving. New rules and trends emerge in response to market developments, technological advances, and global events. Funds must stay informed about changes and adapt their compliance programs accordingly. Regulatory trends may include increased transparency, stricter risk controls, and greater international cooperation. Staying ahead of these trends is essential for maintaining compliance and competitiveness. Technology plays a growing role in hedge fund compliance. Automated systems, data analytics, and artificial intelligence can help funds monitor activities, detect anomalies, and streamline reporting. These tools improve efficiency and accuracy, reducing the risk of human error. However, technology also introduces new challenges, such as cybersecurity risk and the need for ongoing training. Funds must balance innovation with robust controls to ensure compliance in a digital age. Cybersecurity is a major focus for hedge fund regulators. Funds must implement strong security measures to protect sensitive data and prevent cyber attacks. Regulations require regular assessments, employee training, and incident reporting. Compliance with cybersecurity rules not only safeguards the fund's asset but also builds investor confidence. As cyber threats evolve, funds must continuously update their defenses and stay alert to new risks. ESG factors are increasingly important in hedge fund regulation. Regulators encourage funds to consider environmental, social, and governance issues in their investment decisions. ESG compliance involves disclosing how funds address sustainability, ethical practices, and corporate governance. These requirements reflect growing investor demand for responsible investing and align hedge funds with broader societal goals. Integrating ESG into compliance programs can enhance reputation and attract new investors. Compliance with hedge fund regulations can be costly and resource-intensive. Funds must invest in personnel, technology, and training to meet requirements. These costs can impact profitability, especially for smaller funds. However, strong compliance programs reduce risk and enhance investor trust, making them a worthwhile investment. Efficient compliance management helps funds stay competitive and avoid regulatory penalties. Looking ahead, hedge fund regulation will continue to evolve in response to new challenges and opportunities. Emerging technologies, global events, and shifting investor expectations will shape the regulatory landscape. Funds must remain agile, adapting their compliance strategies to stay ahead of changes. Ongoing collaboration between regulators, industry participants, and technology providers will drive innovation and improve oversight. The future promises greater transparency, stronger controls, and a more resilient hedge fund industry. In summary, hedge fund regulation is a complex and dynamic field that balances innovation with risk management. Compliance is essential for protecting investors, maintaining market integrity, and ensuring the stability of the financial system. By understanding the regulatory environment and staying proactive, hedge funds can thrive while meeting their legal and ethical obligations. Whether you're an investor, manager, or regulator, staying informed and engaged is key to navigating this evolving landscape. Thank you for joining us on this journey through hedge fund regulation.